Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Majestic Collectibles, podcast number 16. It is August, 18, 19, something like that. 2023. I know it's towards the end of the Iowa State Fair going on now, and it's just before a massive heat wave is coming into the area. So by the time you're hearing this, it sounds like we're going to be cooking pretty good, 100 degrees plus without the heat index. So woohoo. Just wanted to give you some updates. It's been pretty slow. I haven't put any videos on, and I haven't done, I think it's been 3 weeks since I did a podcast. And, we'll talk about that, or I'll talk about that. So I've got kind of eBay Mercari update going on, a little bit of post office, USPS, media mail kind of gripe commentary. So, the usual whining on my side about the state of reseller life. If you want to be a reseller, well, here you go. Maybe this will help you. Maybe this won't. I hope it does. I hope it helps. First off, eBay. So, that's improved. Which, when you're going from no sales and you get one sale, that's an improvement. What I did is if you remember the last podcast, maybe the one before even, I don't even remember right now. It's been so long. I mentioned how I stayed busy, doing a lot of store maintenance with eBay, and I'm still listing a lot of stuff, and that hasn't changed. One of the things I changed in my store, though, I ended all my promoted listings. I had a couple, 3-4 campaigns, and you can really only do one campaign at a time, and you have to switch through them and blah, blah, blah. And I didn't know what else to do. I've been seeing stuff online on some of the forums that this promoted listings thing is messing stuff up. So I thought, well, okay, I'll turn it off. So I turned it off, and I went from really, really low numbers to basically no numbers. So I was like, well, that didn't work. So then I just ended, canceled, deleted all my old campaigns, started a new one, and I maxed out, because when you do this, you can put like the maximum percentage that you want to pay, and I pegged that at 10%, which I got to tell you is painful, all right, to give eBay another 10%, but I thought, well, let's see what happens. And so I bulk edited everything with this new campaign, promoted everything, and I mean everything. I just thought, I'm going to see if this thing works or doesn't at this point. And within about 20 minutes, I had a couple sales. I'm still not very happy with it. My impressions are a little over 4 million. And that might sound like a big number, but even this time of year, it's usually 9 to 10 million. And then to give you a comparison, over the winter months and a holiday sales season, it's 12 to 14 million impressions. And I don't know what to think about this thing. Something is not working. And this is why people get so frustrated and upset with eBay, because you do what they want you to do. You do what they've told you to do, and nothing. It doesn't work. It's not effective. The coins, which is something that I just added probably about a month ago, and mostly foreign coins, nothing high dollar. It's all $20 or less. In fact, a lot of it's probably in the $5 range, which I typically do not list. But I've tried to sell them on auction around here and at shows and flea markets, and I can't get anything. On auction, I literally gave it away, even if it was partial silver stuff. The American stuff, I didn't have a lot, but silver dimes, quarters, halves, they did okay, but not the foreign. And I thought, well, I'll throw it on eBay. People seem to be selling it, and it is going. It's selling. I sold 2 today. Again, nothing high dollar. I think one was $8. The other one was 5 or 6. Oh, no, that was a token. I apologize. That one I think was 18 for the token. So they're selling. I don't have a lot on there, but I keep adding. Every couple days I'll add a few coins. I'm pretty much at the point now I'm out. I don't have any more to add at the moment, but seem to be, nickel dime stuff, literally. Literally, but it seems to be doing okay. Other than that, action figures, which was my bread and butter, just shut off. I sold one, maybe two all week this last week, so not very good there. I had trouble last summer, if you remember, I talked about it a little bit, where it basically from the end of March to the end of October, it was pretty rough. My sales really fell off a cliff, and this year has been even worse. So I don't know. It's when you pay your bills doing this stuff, it kind of gets to you. And at this point, I'm kind of out of ideas. So if anybody's got any ideas, hey, I'm open. I did get stuff listed on Mercari. I know I threatened to do that, and it turns out it wasn't a threat. I did it. I think I've got about 70 items on there right now, mostly pinup magazines, the stuff that eBay, it's either real hard or almost impossible to list. So a lot of, vintage pinup magazines, vintage Playboys, and some oddball ones. Put on some Betty Page comics that came out in, let's say, I guess it'd be the early 2010s, 2012, I can't remember. So, more of that adult-oriented stuff. I got to laughing with my friend Chad. They're gonna have this real impression of me on Mercari that I'm some sort of, Iowa porn dealer or something, which isn't true. It's just stuff I haven't been able to move, and it's started to accumulate because of eBay. And so it's kind of funny. I did sell a couple of magazines. One was, I think one was $35, and the other one was not near as much. I think it was about half that, so $16, $18. And so I've only sold 2 items, but I am getting views. Listing's easy. I don't really like their photo editing. It's not terribly sophisticated, which you don't need. It doesn't need to be super sophisticated. But that's one thing that eBay, as far as listing go, has a huge advantage over Mercari, is just how you can manipulate the photos. So it's something I've learned that I may have to do my photo editing prior to downloading it on Mercari. That really slows things down, so it's kind of a pain in the rear. The rest of it, though, is really easy. They give you some spots. I think it's for 5 hashtags, so you can put some hashtags, so people can find it in a search. And everything is pretty rudimentary. They don't have a lot of different brands. So if you have say an off brand, so I put some Tonka built to rule building kits. It's similar to the Lego stuff. And of course that wasn't listed. They didn't have a category, so then you kind of have to you have to leave it unknown. They don't let you type it in, which was a shame because I think that would have helped in the search. But it's fine. It's what it is. So I don't know. Will it replace eBay? I don't know. I'm certainly going to keep putting stuff on there. I'm going to keep adding to it and just keep trying to figure this out. And right now, no, selling $60, $50, whatever it is certainly not going to replace eBay. But considering I'm getting views and things like that, I'm hopeful that I can at least move this stuff that eBay doesn't let me put on. Even though it does not violate their policy, just to be clear, I do not, put that stuff on. I have no problems actually with eBay's policy on the adult materials and what you can and can't show. They just can't seem to police it. I'm assuming it's AI. I don't know. Because there's stuff on there that I had and I sell similar. I'd fill it all out, put my pictures in, and nothing. It just said I couldn't list it. So at least maybe I've got a little bit of a niche market, to move some more stuff. I want to get some more action figures on. I've got most of the pinup magazines on, so I'd like to get some more extra action figures on. I'm 10, 12 deep in some of these figures. So that'll be kind of my next focus is to get that listed. I'll keep working on that, and we'll see if that starts selling. And then hopefully the Mercari folks don't think I'm some major porn dealer. So we'll see. We'll see. That's the update there. No shows, so I haven't done a show since the 4th of July at Spirit Lake. My next show is coming up, I think, in 2 weeks, Labor Day. That's also in Spirit Lake, so that'll be my last flea market for the year. And then I've got one way at the end of October, one at the front of November, and I think I've got one week before Christmas, or weekend before Christmas here in Des Moines. Haven't got all the details, but that'll be local. So if you are listening, you're from Northwest Iowa, Minnesota, South Dakota, well, anywhere really, and you're going to be up there, that'll be my last trip till spring, till Memorial Day. So I won't be setting up in Northwest Iowa or that area after Labor Day, and just kind of stay close to home, mainly because of the weather. It gets dark early, and I'm old, and it's a lot of hard work. So come and see me, though, if you're going to be up there Labor Day weekend, Dickinson County Fairgrounds, Spirit Lake, Iowa. Love to see you, love to talk to you, and it might be, there's a lot of people, I see them on Labor Day, and I hope I see them again on Memorial Day. We're all getting older, so that doesn't always work. So there's some people you find out in the spring didn't make it through winter, and that's sad, but it's the way it goes. Still have a lot of fun memories. So enough with the depressing stuff. I'm going to start whining about the post office. And I've been shipping a lot of these coins I talked about earlier. Been shipping those with the standard eBay, just the envelope, the flat envelope, and on the rate that eBay negotiated. And it works great for trading cards, postcards, the coins I've been sending out. It's fantastic. I've had very few problems. I do have one that's lost somewhere between Iowa and Arizona, and the tracking's limited, so you can't really tell where it's at. And there's not a lot of motivation that I could tell when I talked to the people at the post office. So I'm guessing it's only a $5 order, so not a big deal. But, it's a little frustrating. But generally it works. This will be the first time it hasn't worked. And this got me thinking, because I sell a lot of comic books, right? Sell a lot of magazines. Sell a lot of flat stuff. And, little pamphlets, notebooks, advertising pieces. This media mail thing, so a little history on the media mail. It used to be called Library Rate, and it was basically made for nonprofits, guess what, libraries, to cheaply ship heavy books. And then it kind of morphed into something that more people had access to, I guess, if you would say. You're supposed to have the old bulk rate permit, junk rate, third class rate. And then you had to mail a minimum of 300 pieces. You need a special permit. Had to apply at the post office. I mean, it was terrible. Good old government at work there. And then the CDs hit. That craze. I know nobody uses them now, so this is really ironic. And they decided, well, that was media, okay. And the other stuff, though, the print material had advertising in it. And those guys, they're supposed to get the bulk rate permit and mail out their catalogs and not get this cut rate deal. First of all, it was a terrible thought out. I don't think it was ever worked as intended on this not advertising piece. Because anybody's mailing it out anyway, already, in huge quantities had a bulk mailing permit. Was it being abused? Well, everything with the post office is abused, whether it be flat rate, priority mail, whatever. There's always those guys out there thinking they're clever. But overall, it was really, I think, harmful to mail order. And I think it still is. And I would like to see, I don't care if they work with eBay or they work, the post office needs to come up and get rid of this media mail thing. It's archaic. It's not necessary. I don't care if there's ads in those periodicals or not. There's ads all over the internet. There's ads. I mean, you can't get it anywhere, right? And nobody, I shouldn't say nobody, we still get like the Valpak coupon things and some stuff like that. But boy, I tell you what, there's just not a lot of this junk mail. The most junk mail I get is in an election year. And then it's nonstop. So if anybody had any leadership skills out there at all, they would outlaw election year junk mail, because that's the only time I get it. And so this media mail thing, I have to ship my comics and magazines and other small stuff. And, it's $5, $6, $7 now, depending where you're going on this this new Advantage system, that replaced the parcel in the first class. And it's just not necessary. I don't understand how they could figure this out for like the trading cards and the postcards and the coins, and there can be some exceptions. I mean, under 2 pounds or up to 2 pounds, and it goes, some type of lower rate. Medium mail kind of, it's going to be slower, but it's going to be a lot cheaper. I think, for guys that resell, it would make a big difference to us, because the cost of shipping is very, very high right now. And whether you free ship or you add it in, which is another thing I didn't say. So I don't do free ship on eBay, but I do on Mercari. Because Mercari shipping, if you go over a pound, it will only let you ship it like priority mail or UPS or FedEx or whatever it is. And I'm like, well, no, because that's $9, $10, $11. So no, we're not doing that. So I self-ship. There's an option there. You don't have to put it in. And then you just send them the tracking number. So when I ship it, the tracking number goes in and then it updates. And that's fine. That works for me fine. But it's getting to the point now, a $5 comic is $5 or more to ship. And you're just not going to move much that way. And I'm in a smaller market, so if I want to sell that $5 comic here, you know what? I probably got to put it in a 50 cents or dollar box. So, I got to take a hit that way, or I throw it up, for $5 on online somewhere. And it's really not worth it. By the time you scan it and get the pictures in, you want to put more than one together. But my point is, you could have a postage rate or a postage system that did not have to be super fast, but is more economical. I can ship the coins and cards for 63 cents if you're an ounce or less. And I don't expect that for the comics, but you can't tell me, because they have this media mail that, for $3-4 I can't ship a comic, I can't ship a catalog, I can't ship a magazine. And when I say catalog, I'm talking antique, right? The old toy catalogs from the 80s or older or something like that. Same with the magazines and comics. So that would be something that I would like to see. I don't know if eBay is going to take the initiative on that. It would probably have to come from one of the online resellers. I don't know. I don't know if it'd be a Poshmark, Mercari. I'm guessing eBay would be the best one. The most logical one to do that, to get that ball rolling with the post office. And just, I don't know why they wouldn't. They've got the numbers. They must see the numbers. The collectibles category, comics category is very hot right now. I think the prices are holding up quite a bit better on the comics than on the trading cards and the CCG and even the sports cards. There's always that uber rare. That's never going to change. But overall market health, and I have seen stuff drop, so don't get me wrong. I think the comic market has come back down to earth, but I haven't seen too much of them just absolutely crash. And this is through shows mainly and my flea markets, because, I right now, if I was giving away gold bars on eBay, nobody would find it or see it, and I just couldn't do it. That's, it always kind of circles back to that, doesn't it? So that's kind of where I'm at here, sitting at towards the end of August 2023. Really hopeful, at least, maybe things will improve for me by October. That's kind of what I'm shooting for now. September is always a little slow with back to school kind of stuff, and Labor Day is kind of the last hurrah for a lot of things summer oriented, so there seems to be a little lull for probably around 6 weeks in there. Antique Mall is still doing steady, so I guess I might as well update you on that. We've had the best weather in State Fair history. And I'm not old enough to go back to the beginning, but I've got over half a century of living in this state, and I'm telling you, this has to have been the most pleasant week. Highs in the 70s to really low 80s, low humidity, almost no bugs because we've been in a drought for a few years. We did have some rain the week before, pretty good rain, which we really needed, but it doesn't matter. My lawn went from brown to green. Now it's going back to brown again. But as far as going out and doing things, it has been amazing. I hope anybody listening anywhere, when you get to take advantage of spectacular weather in the summer, do it. I know, because you just don't get that a lot. Gosh, it's just been great. And, I'm trying to think. So the Antique Mall's been real steady, except for this week. This is my worst week. And it's because of the weather, and it's because of the Iowa State Fair. I have sold 5 items since last Sunday. And today is what? Friday, Saturday. I guess it's Friday night. So what is that? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So 5 days I've sold an average of 1 item a day at the Antique Mall. And I can't blame them. I can't even be mad. I just had to laugh because I know exactly why I didn't sell anything, because it's 72 degrees, there's a light breeze, and the State Fair's in town. So holy smokes. I wouldn't go inside and shop there either. Now, next week, I think there might be a little bit of an uptick. I say a little bit because everybody's going to get ready for back to school now. A lot of the colleges, even some public schools are starting here in the next 10 days to 2 weeks. So, usually, we're not going to see much, but when the average temperature is supposed to be 100 and some degrees, and there's people, looking to do something with the fair gone, I think things will bounce back a little bit. So I'm not too worried, but I did have to laugh. I'm definitely not going to make booth rent in this pay period unless next week is just absolutely killer, which it couldn't be much worse. 5 items in 5 days. So wow on that. But you got to find humor in that. That's kind of your perfect storm of stuff there as far as the booth goes. Have not bought anything. I'm still waiting to hear back on the rest of that nice Silver Age collection I picked up back in June, I guess it was. I know there's 18 more boxes of comics. I haven't seen them. I don't know what's in there. Now, if you remember, that was a little bit lower grade collection. There was some water damage issues and things of that nature. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Have not had a line on anything else really. Some common stuff, Beanie Babies. Of course, everybody's got a Barbie doll collection that's coming out of the woods right now because of the movie, and I've had them because they come in a large collection, but I do not go after them. And that surprises me a little with the economy and the cost of things. I really expected to have a little more of a dynamic summer when it came to buying. So this has got me a little bit confused. Maybe when the heat bills come in or the school bills come in or whatever bills start coming in the fall, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to change anything or not. I'm just very surprised. It's been a very dry summer, both in the sense of rain and then sense of sales, sense of buying anything. Not at all what I expected. I think things will change. It's just a spot in the cycle. But I really didn't think it'd be at that spot in the cycle right now with everything that's going on. So that's why I haven't been updating. I just, I've been listing. I've been keeping my nose to the grindstone, trying to figure out how to get my stuff seen on eBay, relisting, delisting, and changing stuff, adding stuff to Mercari, scanning. I scanned like 100 comics and magazines. Just I don't know when I did it. Actually, it's been a while because I've been gone, so I haven't been home every day. But I got that sitting here. So there's a stack right now. I'm looking at it on my right. That's ready to go. I've been scanning just a few books a day, and I think I got over 100 now. So now that I'm kind of back and ready to go and start hitting stuff again, that's going to be ready. And that's it. That's all I got. So not the most exciting or dynamic podcast. I am sorry about that. If you guys think of any any topics, I'll do my best to talk on them. Just kind of in a holding pattern right now with everything. And, check out our other videos. Check out our other podcasts. Have fun out there. Enjoy the weather. Winter's coming all too soon. It looks like West Coast is getting a hurricane for the first time in 80 years, which is hard to believe. Mainly because that's like, 27 years older than me. I did not realize, that was that rare. So different stuff. Be safe out there wherever you're at, whichever part of the country you're at. If you can enjoy the weather, do so. Stay safe, stay cool, and thanks for listening.